why should somebody do this CMT certification? I mean, what is the advantage that somebody can get?
To me, the CFD is the most powerful qualification for anyone who's serious about technical analysis. So when it comes to technical analysis, this is a very professional, good education that you can get.
So any one or two tips that has helped you to clear this exam faster or in an easier way?
A regular, consistent study. If you are disciplined in your studying and you are putting in an effort.
What is the difference between somebody doing a fundamental research and a technical research?
A fundamental analyst would be actually going through the finances or the numbers of the company or the projections or going through the management interviews, etc.
So if somebody wants to succeed being a technical analyst, can a non-finance guy also do that? Hello guys, I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students who are preparing for competitive exam in finance like CFA, FRM, CIA, and SCR. And as a part of that support, we also do podcasts with a lot of people from the industry trying to understand what are the different scope, different skill set, different career opportunities that you need to enter into finance and make a career in finance. And today I'm with Forum Chheda, and we're going to be having a quick discussion of the exciting area of technical research, okay, and also what has been her journey into this space. So Forum, first of all, thank you very much for taking out time and talking to us. And I know you have a huge experience into this specific area of technical analysis and research. If you can enlighten us, what has been your journey till now?
Oh, well, first is thank you very much for having me. It's really, I feel good and I feel very excited when it comes to talking about technicals also. So, well, to start off with, since as you introduced that I'm a CMT and now I am a founder of Chart Analytics as well, which is a research company based in Bombay or rather Mumbai. And well, I provide research on Indian markets as well as US markets. And now I'm just stepped into the UAE markets as well. So that's professionally what I'm doing right now. But to begin with my career, how it started off on technicals, well, it's from an analyst to founder wasn't like planned at all. It eventually, naturally, like over time, it shaped up. So I actually began my journey in 2010, and actually I was working for a branding company, which was more into manufacturing, or rather manufacturing come branding. I would put it across that way, and that's where actually I saw my friend who was already learning technicals and had lots of books actually on technical analysis and markets over there. So that's actually where my curiosity started to kick in and I started reading books. So the first book on technicals, in fact, I read that is of Dr. C.K. Narayan, that is Aditya Iyer's dad. So
yes,
Ideal for Beginners on Technicals. So that was the first book I started reading on technicals. And then I started reading different books by Trading for a Living by Alexander Elder and then Technical Analysis Explained by Martin Pring. So these books then opened up a completely new world for me. And it made me feel that maybe this is something I would really like to take it up as a profession. So while I was exploring the field further, I came across CMT program, which the association formerly was known then as MTA back then in 2013. So that came the turning point. I took up internships and then began my career as an equity advisor. So that's because without experience, it was difficult to get hired as a research analyst. But even as an equity advisor, there were lots of opportunities for me to even look into the studying charts, researching, etc. So working with clients, interacting with them, like didn't really build confidence into me. It turned out to be more of a learning experience. And that's where actually the organization also observed it, that it's adding value to their customer service. So that's when, and then I was appearing for CMT level 3. I cleared my level 3, and immediately the company that I was working for promoted me as a technical research analyst. And that's where the entire real journey began. So,
Okay, very good.
I'm sorry.
Interesting. Interesting. So now,
Yes.
sorry. Please continue.
No. So just over the years, that's how the journey of technical analysis or as an analyst it began for me. And after getting an experience with different companies and an analyst, or even as finally, I ended up the last job which I did was as a head of trading desk for an AI fund. And then it was time for me to shift and run my own research.
Wonderful. And now, if I just slightly move towards your CMT credential, why should somebody do this CMT certification? I mean, what is the advantage that somebody can get?
Oh, well, actually, to me, the CMT is the most powerful qualification for anyone who's serious about technical analysis. So, when it comes to technical analysis, this is a very professional, good education that you can get from the CNT program. So, it gives you very structured and a global framework to understand the price behavior, the momentum, the market psychology, the risk management, which normally you would have in like CFA, FRM as well. But even CMT program does provide in sync with your technical analysis. So for me, the biggest reason to pursue CMT is that transforms your thinking. You stop looking at charts as patterns, start understanding the logic behind these patterns. It builds clarity, more discipline, I would say. And I think someone who feels that, it's fundamental is not that something they're looking at, but they want to be part of the market. Technical analysis is another complete different world where it's, the curiosity builds in when you start looking at charts. So, according to me, this is somewhere one can just elevate their technical skills, strengthen their career prospects, or even simply bring the most structure and the depth of your analysis of CMT. So, it's absolutely worth pursuing it.
Okay. And since you've cleared the three levels of it, so any one or two tips that has helped you to clear this exam faster or an easier way?
Faster way, I would say, is a regular, consistent study. If you are disciplined in your studying and you are putting in an effort, be it the smallest effort you can put in every day. But, and of course, when you are doing CMT and you put that implementation into the real world, and currently with the technology, you can see live charts. You have so many different software which are freely available as well. So according to me, when these things are available, you learn, you implement, and you realize it's right or wrong. You can easily do that. So I would say that discipline and consistency are the two things that can help, which has helped me, of course. And maybe it is, people keep on saying, everybody might be saying the same thing, but it has actually worked for me because I was working and I was studying. It was rather the routine was you get up, you study for 2 hours, then you go to work, you come back, you study, your day ends. So that has really helped. So it was consistency and discipline. I think two things can help you.
Okay, wonderful. Now, with respect to the company that you're operating right now, the research side, okay, can you give us a brief? What is a day in a technical analyst or technical research analyst look like?
I would say there are different roles that actually play when it comes to, as a technical analyst. Now, it could be like a trader, one a technical analyst, and a technical research analyst. So
Okay.
when it comes to me as a trader, so trader could be more, in the front of it's very time sensitive job, I would say, where execution and timing plays a very big role. It evolves around the markets during the day. It's more real time. You're managing positions, identifying the setups in the live market. And that is where the role of a trader comes in, where I partly play another role as a technical analyst or a technical research analyst, which I would combine as both, is more of studying the price behavior. It doesn't only involve just a every day doing the same job, but it is you have been doing research, and that research is not only on that one stock, but probably you're looking at different time frames also, that you looked at from first a very long term picture, then you break it down into maybe a little intermediate term, and then you move it to a short term. So you have different time frames to analyze also. That doesn't only involve looking at charts, but different parameters, indicators, the RRG, or you have a top-down approach of analyzing. So that entire research process is a very, I would say, a lengthening process that involves. And that is something I do when I'm providing research to clients or HNIs, for example. Maybe as a trader, when I have retail clients, it comes as being taking up a little bit of a trading cap. But definitely, it's a lengthy process when it comes, the entire day goes into doing research.
And what is the difference between, now I'm asking this from the layman perspective, what is the difference between somebody doing a fundamental research and a technical research?
A fundamental analyst would be actually going through the finances or the numbers of the company or the projections or going through the management interviews, etc. And more of an in-depth research when it comes to even analyzing their product, or how it is manufactured, what is the costing, and etc. It comes to that level of fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is more of studying the price which is in front of you. You would look at the price, or you will actually study a chart where historically how the prices reacted probably to a news, or even just consolidated, or absolutely no activity has happened and what it's done later. A similar thing you may consider studying, that a similar pattern or formation is there, but probably it would be of different magnitude that you may see happening now. And since if you must have definitely seen that the markets have turned extremely volatile lately in the past 1.5 year. So things keep changing every day. It's just that the magnitude is different, but that analysis is basically more of price. So price is factoring everything, fundamentals, the entire story of the management, everything. For a technical analyst, it's the price. So fundamental is doing an in-depth research, and actual probably a field research can also be considered, where technical analysis comes into the picture. The price is factoring every kind of research and putting and showing it to you. So that is the difference I consider between the fundamental and technicals.
So if somebody wants to succeed being a technical analyst, can a non-finance guy also do that?
Of course, why not? Absolutely, it's like 100%, I would say. So when technical analysis is one of the rare fields, I would say it's a very niche subject also, where your educational background does not define the ceiling. I'm a strong believer in that, because I've seen that happening with me, because being into a branding company and then shifting it to directly into technicals is a very big swing.
Okay.
So it's, technicals takes into account of price behavior or patterns and psychology and discipline. These are the skills that one can learn with the right curiosity and commitment as well, of course. So sometimes in non-finance students being pressure, the perspective in fact would be different. And maybe sometimes it becomes like, I might be from a corpus background, but even from different subjects or different fields, it's a new perspective that you may get. And you may wonder that, oh yes, that is a possibility as well. So I don't think the markets really ask for a degree. They only respond to your discipline and effort and the ability to read the price or any kind of analysis more objectively.
Okay. Now over here, I have one question which is just came to my mind, that some generally when we look at analysts, so they either recognize themselves as a fundamental or technical. Do you find people in the market who, before taking the decision, that means they're very good in both, fundamental and technical both, and they use both of them to take the decision?
Correct. Or you may call, normally, you have services, called as Technofunda, where an analyst is a technical analyst as well, a qualified technical analyst, and as well as a qualified fundamental analyst. So he or she would be using both in the analysis, and in fact, it's even better. It's complementing. So I wouldn't say it's either technical or it's fundamental, but they actually complement each other. When your fundamental analysis will actually tell you how the company is faring, and the technical analysis is going to give you a good timing to enter with that same particular stock.
Okay, interesting. And what are the key skill set? If you can highlight 3 or 4 key skill sets somebody should have to succeed being a technical analyst or a research side.
So from a research side, I would say one is the skill set of I would say more of the ability to analyze, like either you can read or analyze. So that is something I would feel that the analytical skill set is one that is required. And the second thing may not define more as a skill set, but it's actually patience that is also required, I feel.
Okay.
Because that is something we sometimes a lot of people do lack, and it takes time to, in fact, regain that skill set, or you have to develop it. That probably you've got everything right, you've got your analysis, everything right, but the timing is probably not right. You have to keep on waiting for it. So it's the patience that is actually, going to help you. So I think that is a very big and the most important. We may talk about everything. The analytical skills are required, or you require a disciplinary skill, or you require concentration, etc. But the basic thing is, you have everything, but the discipline is required, I feel. So that is something I would consider at the topmost priority as a skill set.
Okay, interesting. And you have moved across in terms of your career, right? You mentioned. So now I'm thinking from students' perspective. I'm also thinking when somebody wants to switch his career. How should we get clarity that where I want to go?
So how like I would suggest that how I started off is something that they can explore. That read some books. As I was talking about that, very simple book of Dr. C.K. Narayan's Technical Analysis ID for Beginners was a very simple, and it wasn't even like a very big lengthy book, very short, very precise and concise. And that really helped me to that, yeah, I want to explore this option more. That is one option to consider. Second option is even, if somebody is really interested in markets, and I would say that, okay, fine, if you're interested in markets also, explore it. You may just go onto some business channels, watch something. But at the same time, if you are curious to see what is happening on the chart, why not? That is another. So if the curiosity is building in, you can consider switching. And it's never too late to even consider switching. That no, I went into this direction. Now how do I switch? It's never like that. You can, anytime you want to explore, you can always. So books is one way. Second is reading some articles, or even you can have, I don't know, these days I'm sure students keep discussing about the markets. Maybe by then, when I was in college, there was not much discussion about the markets or the finance happening. But with today's age, I am assuming that loads of things do happen, or like discussions on maybe savings or the market or what's already happening, inflation, for example. So
Okay.
you that is again discussions also. They will help you to also explore options. Just have the curiosity to click on the link just on the website and open up a chart and see, okay, I like this. Just a
Okay.
small curiosity can help you to take those steps.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So I mean, this conversation is really helpful. Now I have one last section, which is the rapid fire section. I generally talk with my guest with respect to I'll ask you a question, you have to answer fast. Okay. So the first question is biggest myth about technical analysis.
That it is only for short-term traders. It is not. In fact, it is for HNIs, fund managers as well who use technical analysis.
Okay. One book every aspiring technical analyst must read. You already talked about it. Okay.
Okay, so in fact, there is one of Justin Livermore where it's about his life and his trading. That's a book not only from a technical analyst perspective, but it also is how he has been a trader, how emotions played with him in his journey when it came to markets and investments. So it's a wonderful book to read. It helps you and teaches you a lot.
Wonderful. Most underrated skill in a technical analyst toolkit.
Again, I think it's discipline and patience.
Okay. One habit that made you a better analyst.
Reading, looking, studying every day. it's never a day that it goes without studying. I would say I'm yet a student with the data every day changing overnight. It's studying every day.
One advice for students entering into technical analysis.
Consistent practice, which I applied myself. So since I applied to myself, I would be telling myself again also, if somebody has to tell me, that one is consistent. This is very important. And in case a student who is looking at getting into technical analysis also, and look at focusing on understanding the price behavior, that helps you to not only look at the price but also helps you to understand the human psychology playing on it. So it just brings in and builds a good, very strong foundation, ability to look at trends, structure, momentum, and basic psychology. So I would say the consistent practice and focus on understanding the price behavior.
Wonderful, wonderful forum. I mean, this conversation could be really, really helpful for people who want to make career into technical side, specifically into the research area. And your journey, like you mentioned, you move from a very different area into the technical will automatically motivate people. So again, thank you for taking out time and talking to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been wonderful interacting. I hope I can be of some help.
Thank you.
Thank you.